Violence, oppression, fear, silence. These are daily companions of almost 60% of Albanian women, according to official statistics. But silence can no longer continue. Women all over Albania are speaking out for themselves, for other women and their children. They are challenging men's violence and the patriarchal system that keeps perpetuating it. At the same time, they are being more strategic. Can they go far by only working with women and talking to them? Or should they enlist the help of their husbands, fathers, brothers and sons? The help of male politicians, professionals, religious leaders and friends? Are men simply the problem, or are they also part of the solution?
All of us have grown up with women around us. Clearly, like the minister, for many of us, our mothers are one of the most important figures of our lives. We have sisters, many of us have daughters. If we're going to make sure the future is better for our children, if we're going to make sure that we have less battery, less control, less dominance in society by certain individuals, all of us have a responsibility to step up and take some action.
Albanian Ministry of Social Welfare and Youth, with UN and Swedish government support, is developing a national plan for involvement of men and boys in preventing gender-based and domestic violence. Albania's highest officials committed to stand shoulder to shoulder with women to eradicate violence together. The whole country, during the 16 days of activism against violence against women, saw an unprecedented involvement of men and boys in speaking up against violence.
Unë kam një ambicie shumë të madhe që të paktën në disa gjëra që nuk varen nga zhvillimi ekonomik, ose që nuk varen ekskluzivisht nga zhvillimi ekonomik, ose në disa gjëra që nuk varen ekskluzivisht nga modernizimi i vendit, por që varen nga mënyra se si ne si njerëz trajtojmë njëri tjetrin dhe si ne si njerëz sillemi me njëri tjetrin. Unë kam një ambicie që ne të jemi të parë në rajon. Unë do të doja që sot ne të fillonim një eksperiment tjetër social. Pra të fillonim këtë kundra modës. Të fillonim vlerësonim ata meshkuj në klasë që janë të respektueshëm ndaj vajzave që janë në klasë. Ata meshkuj në lagje që janë modele shumë mira në lagje. Ata meshkuj që ndoshta nuk shkojnë palestër, nuk janë të palestruar, por kanë më shumë muskull në kokë për të qenë progresist, sesa shumë prej këtyre modeleve të tjera të revistave. Secili për jush mund të fillojë modën e të veshurit këpucëve ndryshe. Unë besoj që kjo këpucë që duhet veshë ndryshe është më në fund emancipimi pas 23 viteve që ne i predikojmë vetëm atyre që dhunohen, është ndoshta momenti që të flasim edhe me 50% tjetër fokusisë të atyre që e perpetrojnë këtë dhunë. Edhe jam i sigurt që po ta caktojmë sot, në çdo fjalë që do themi, në çdo aktivitet që do bëjmë, në çdo personazh që do promovojmë, në çdo mesazh që do japim, që jemi bërë pjesë e këtij pakti për të filluar një modë të re, nga kaq vetë asemi këtu, ju garantoj që në fund vitit mund ta gjeni veten që kemi filluar një trend të ri social në mënyrën se si flitet dhe si veprohet dhe si trajtohen njerëzit në shoqërinë tonë.
An army of committed men and women of all ages, various walks of life and religious backgrounds were prepared to become change makers during a 3-day workshop organized with UN Women, UNDP and UNFPA support. An important part of this workshop was an analysis of the damage that gender-based and domestic violence, as well as social pressure to behave according to gender stereotypes, poses on men as they grow up and are forced into a real man box. Men's stories are as important as women's stories to tell in order to find the way to break the chain of violence.
How many of you know how to dismantle a gun? I know how to dismantle a gun. Why do I know how to dismantle a gun? Because I know how to dismantle a gun because when I was 15, my stepfather threatened to kill his entire family, including my mother and me. I dismantled 5 guns in his house. He was an old shooter. I dismantled 5 guns in that house, took the pieces away and dug them down into the earth. I think it's important for me in this setting to use it with the personal experience, because if we are going to address this problem, we have to be able to be open about what this challenge is about. But we have to realize as men, that no matter how violent our male relatives have been in the past, there is no excuse for us to be violent ourselves. So we have to break the cycle. We have to be the first unit in a chain. We have to be the first unit in a chain that does not use violence.
Those men that publicly stand against violence against women are displaying a healthier and more human way to show their masculinity.
Here is a man from the United Kingdom. Here is a man from America. Here is a man from Albania. And here is a man from Norway. We have 4 different countries of this world represented, with men who are willing to stand up and speak out and be allies with women. And Freddie talked about breaking the chain. But I want to show you something. Because there's another chain to be created when we break one chain. And it's a chain of men who are willing to publicly stand up, hold hands together. There's a new model for men who are joining together in front of their families, their communities, and their society. And it's important to make that visible. So I want to thank each of you for being willing to stand with me. It is such an honor because we represent a worldwide movement. And we are inviting others to join us in this new chain.
Together, these men are going against the grain, are breaking the rules of patriarchy and making new ones. As partners to women, they are showing the true strength of manhood. These change makers are becoming the heroes of our times.